My name is Maria Zlateva, and I'm the project coordinator of Circular project, which is implemented under the Danube regional program. This project is the one that organized the Smart and Sustainable Business for Women Entrepreneurs training program, part of which is today's webinar, which is titled as Managing Smarter, How AI Transforms Our Teams and Work. But before we start with the presentation and the content, I would like to give some more details about some technicalities. The webinar is being recorded, and the full recording will be available afterward on the YouTube channel and the e-learning platform. If you are not yet a part of the platform and the training program and you would like to join, please send us your email address. You have two options. One is by feedback questionnaire that you're going to receive after the webinar, or the other option is to send us email on rapif at office@rapif.org. Sorry, I will write it in the chat just in case. And we are going to be very happy to send you an invitation link. I would like also to use the opportunity to invite you for our next webinar. Just a short intro. This webinar will take place on the 10th of November in the afternoon between 6 and 7 Central European time. And it's going to be focused on the circular business models, which will be presented by Mr. Fabian Holly from Austria, who is very deep in the topic and has huge expertise in circular business models. More information we are going to find also on the training platform and in our social media channels. Now it's the time to begin, and I am pleased to introduce our speaker, Miss Veronika Pizano, who is a communication and leadership expert with many years of experience in media, education, and innovation. Thank you very much for accepting this invitation. She is dedicated to empowering women in technology and helping teams work more effectively in the digital age. I'm not going to speak more from herself. Maybe she will present her better than me. So, Veronika, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone. I'm really happy to be presenting this. I'm Veronika Pizano from organization IT by IT, translation U2 in IT. And we are a non-profit organization, which might be a little bit, maybe I wouldn't say strange, but different from what you are doing. But I believe that we can find some similarities. And especially as we are not a big team, we have maybe some good ideas and tips how to do it in the smaller teams if you have a small team on your own. For the beginning, I would talk first about what we do as IT. We have three missions. We educate, that's the most important mission of ours. We motivate, and we create a community. We are working in Slovakia, so we are based in Slovakia and we operate only in Slovakia, of course with the cooperation with the other organizations through European projects. And our vision is basically that technology is the future, and we believe that women should be part of it. And I believe that you also feel that in any field you need technologies, even for the basic task, but usually also for the most important task. And that's what we are going to talk about today, how to use the AI. We have the first hand up, so maybe we can already start with the questions. And the hand is down. Maybe it was just a mistake, so I can continue. Our target groups, we are really focused on girls and women from the youngest age of 8. So those are girls who are in the elementary school in Slovakia. Then we have target group of high school girls, 15 to 19, and then adult women. And that's a really important group for us because those are women that we are trying to reskill, help them with the digital skills. And basically it's one of, even we are non-profit, it's one of those incomes that are really important for us because we do free courses for girls and paid courses for women, but those paid courses are really like not commercial price, but it's a price that is helped with the partners to be lower than the market price. And very important target group for us is the teachers. Through those we are able to spread the knowledge to the girls also in the schools. And we are operating since 2012, and since 2012 we have been done events, courses, workshops with 64,000 girls and women and teachers. So this is about us. Maybe important information for the next topic, like how we work or what we do, is that our internal team is 20 people. It's project managers, it's coordinators, a few 3 marketing people, and also some internal trainers, but mostly we work with the external trainers. That's 80 trainers all over Slovakia. So we are operating all over Slovakia. It's not just Bratislava, the capital, where we are based, but really we are in the small cities, small villages even. So, and we have 9 collaborators who are working regularly with us, but they are not part of the internal team. That's somebody who is working on the graphics, sometimes on the PR, sometimes we need some front end, back end development, essential things. So now I would like to ask you to use Slido. You have 2 options how to do it. If you use your phone, you can scan the QR code that you see on the screen, or you can go to slido.com and put the hashtag #WeCircular. And once you do, I would love for you to vote. What do you use the artificial intelligence for? For me, it's important basically to know what kind of processes you are using the AI for, and maybe then it's going to be easier to do the questions, and I will know like which part of the processes you are not familiar with. So far we have 1 response, and as we have here around 15 people, if I see correctly, I will be really happy if most of you join and use the Slido. We'll be using it throughout the presentation more often, so please. For me, it's usually really through the QR code, through the phone, but if you are on the computer, maybe you can just open another tab and use it there for now. Great, we have already 5 answers. And I see the text processing and translation, it's the one that you are using, 5 of you. So will we have another answers? I see that there is no face and voice recognition yet, editing audio and video materials also, and maps navigations. Okay, so we have these 5 answers right now. We will go, and maybe for the next slide or slides you will join. So now I would love you to maybe write some AI tools that you are using, actual names of the AI tools. I believe that there is going to be ChatGPT, but I'm really curious if there are going to be another tools that you are using. Maybe actually I will learn about some others that I don't know yet. So we have Gemini, ChatGPT, another one. Prompt Cowboy, Perplexity, another one. FreePic, Canva. Great. DeepSeek, Claude. Okay, so we basically see that text-based ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity also. Notebook LM, okay, great. Grok. VCircular is written, so maybe the organizer will tell me if you have some AI tool in VCircular. And Gamma. Okay, Perplexity more times, and Canva also more times. Great, thank you very much. So there is this time 8 of you. So now I'll be actually talking what we are using in our organization, as we are non-profit organization, what we are using, in which parts of our work we are using the AI. And what is important, that I will ask you the same questions that right now it's about the grants. So we are as an NGO, we are applying for a lot of grants and funding, and maybe you in your work you are also looking for funding, looking for grants. You are part of some smaller cooperation where you get the money. So have you ever used AI for grant or funding application? I have so far 2 answers, 1 no, 1 yes. Okay, right now we have more for yes. And there we have more for yes. Okay, 8 answers. Great, thank you very much. Maybe you remember that when all the hype about ChatGPT started, that it was like everybody was using it for basically everything, and it wasn't very different in our organization. We were trying different things, and one of the first things that we actually tried to use that time ChatGPT was actually for the grants, to write really fast applications. And we did it, I think, once or twice, and then we realized this is nothing that it's actually good to be used for. But anyway, we still keep using it. We still keep using AI for the grants, but for different kind of purposes, because we realize that if we use the ChatGPT for the application, for actual the proposals for the writing the text, they are gonna look the same as any other applications. And how we found out is some of members of our team, they are in another grant consortium, and they were actually evaluating other grant proposals, and then they realized, like, I had 15 applications, and 6 of them or 8 of them, they were looking completely the same. It was totally clear that they were written in the ChatGPT, and there was lost the basic human element, even the typos, like they were missing typos. And as there were no like these common typos, we knew that it was going through the ChatGPT or another tools. So very quickly we stopped using that for that. But what we are still using AI for is fast reviews, that we are using the tools for going through the grant proposals and matching it with what we do, what we have done, or what we have in the ideas. And we are trying to find this way, okay, which of the proposals that we used in the previous, maybe not successful grants, could be used for this proposal, what kind of work that we are already doing will be used for that. And this is helping us a lot to basically go through all the applications much faster than we have done before, and then just focus on those proposals that are actually good for us, that we have bigger chance to get those. Just for your imagination, in 2025, which is not done yet, in the 10 months, we applied for around 30 grants. So it's around 3 grants per month that we are applying. So this is helping us to really focus the energy there where we can have the bigger success, and not read through the proposals and thinking so much if this is good for us or no. Also, what we are using it for is the overview of the terms of the proposals. Often we have some questions when we decide that we are going to apply for the grant, that we have questions and we are really not sure. And that's what we are using for. Sometimes maybe you have seen the terms of the proposal. It's 50-60 pages long document, mostly in the Slovak government proposals, and it's so difficult to go through them and actually see what are the conditions. That we are using the AI tools for, to clarify what we want to do and what are the conditions. And the very practical help that we are using is that you are supposed to write a text of, let's say, 1500 now I forgot the word, but letters, and you wrote, let's say, 1800, and you need to short it. So usually we do this with the AI tools, that we basically ask, we have this text, short it to the 1500 characters. So it's very practical things that we are doing, but we totally stopped after those 2-3 times use it for actually writing the application, because it didn't make it easier in the way that we will be more successful. If you will have ever chance to see, maybe if you will be in some committee evaluating grants or some proposals, you will see that it's very, very clear which of those proposals are written without any actual thinking and just putting it to AI tools. So this is in the part of grants. If you have any questions, you can maybe raise your hand right now, or even just talk right now with the microphone if you want. So that's the grants part. Very important, or I think most important part where we are start using AI is internal communication and processes. So here, use the Slido, please. Have you ever used AI for meeting transcriptions? Again, you just go to Slido in your phones or on the web browser through the. Last time we had 8 participants joining the poll, so maybe we will have the same. Great. So here's the 80% using it. Great. So we have 6 answers, and most of you, yes. So I think this is the part where if you are not using it so far, maybe after this we will convince you, as most of the group is using it, to use it again. Those that you answer yes, I would just wonder if you still use it or you just tried and then you decided no. But right now for us, this is I think one of the AI tools that we are using most and helped us a lot. So for every call that we have, the internal calls, but also calls with the partners or potential collaborators or anything, we have a tool that's called Fireflies to make the transcription, make the summary. And what was happening before we had this, there was always delay in this task. Like, okay, we had a meeting, who is gonna make the notes? Nobody really wanted to do that. And then like just write the notes, complete the notes and send it to the team, write the task and do it. Usually if it was a project that was already assigned to us or assigned to some of my colleagues, there were those ones that were doing it, but it was really like hard work, hard labor to actually write those things when you need to concentrate on the call, write it later, write to all the people. This right now is totally automated. We have the Fireflies using, if we have some external people, we usually tell them that we have the AI tool for the recording and for the transcription, if they're okay with it. So far, nobody said no. Usually it's just the bigger companies that have different AI processes and they are not allowed to do those. But for this partners or meetings with the people, we usually use it. And what is helping us is really that we have the summaries. This is automatically sent to everybody who has joined the call. So also if the people haven't joined the call but they are part of the team and they are invited but they couldn't join, they also receive the summary, so they know what they were talking about. We have the weekly it's stand up, but we do it online, so weekly. So if they were not able to join, they get a summary. So I think this is something we actually really love and we are using it a lot. And as we are an NGO, most of the tools that we are using are free for us, but this is the only tool that we are right now paying, and it's actually not that big amount. It's around 120 euros per year that we are paying for this tool. What is really great is not just it sends the summary, but it actually, because it's able to recognize based on who joined the call, we are able to give the task, like who said what, and then we just add it to our internal document for the projects. It made our life really easier. What we are also able to do is that when we have a meeting face-to-face, we can connect the tool through the online meeting, but also we do voice recording on the phone, and then we add the voice recording to the tool, and it makes the transcription and adding the task again. Another thing that we are using AI, it's fast learning. I call it fast learning because there is so many fast improvements, not just in the AI tools, but for example, we are using Google Workspace as an organization, Google Workspace for NGOs, and there is so many improvements each month. So usually I'm receiving a newsletter where all these fast, where all the summaries, what is new in Google Workspace, and I'm following few YouTube people who are actually showing these things on the videos, like what you can use. But I know that when our team, I send them a link to the video, they don't really have a time to actually go through that. So I just add this video to the AI tool. It writes me really summary in 3-4 sentences, basically as steps, and I send this to my team. Like, okay, there is a new thing, you can try it like this. Go to the settings, change this, save it, and try it if it works for you. This I know that our team is gonna actually do. If I send them link to the video, they will not find the time to watch a video, even it's just 10 minutes video. The learning itself, this was the fast learning, but the learning itself is, since we started to use AI, we are joining much more courses about AI. So fortunately, there are great opportunities, free courses, paid courses, but with the low fee for the NGOs, but really a lot of free courses. And we are trying to divide it. Like, there is a course for the marketing, AI in marketing, for fundraising, and we are sending people to do this. So it actually encourages us to join more learning, because the learning itself in the NGO sector is like, you can learn some things, but mostly you are learning by doing. But the AI is such a field, and with this fast progress, that we actually have to join the courses. So I think it little bit help us to enjoy again learning in some ways. And one of the very practical things that we are using AI for is guidelines, internal guidelines. When there's all the time some changes, all the time some or new projects or new things that we have to do, then we have to incorporate in our processes. So we basically ask the tools, in this case Gemini, to write us a guideline, and then my colleague, she just goes through it. If it's okay, she gets all the necessary information that needs to be done, and then she sends it through then she runs it through Gemini, and then we use the guideline. So it I remember then when make a guideline, it took like 1 week for the person, because not just because it was like 1 week, 8 hours per day, but it was like, oh, I'm so lazy to do this because I hate doing guidelines, and it took 3 days for the person just to get it, collect all the information that she needs, and then go through it and write it. Right now, it's much faster process, and when I ask somebody to make a guideline, I know that they are gonna be able to do it basically in half a day, because they know that it's gonna be. They don't have to write all the text; they just have to collect the data, put it to the Gemini, and they get the guideline that then they just need to correct. So it's the way that we need it. So that's for the internal communication and processes. I will really hear if you have anything to add to this, what you are using. We can do it now if you raise your hand, or we can do it later in the Q&A. Another part that we are using AI is marketing. So I would like to know, what about you? Are you using AI for generating visual content? So have you ever used it for generating any pictures? Yes, I saw. I think I don't know if somebody. I think nobody wrote Midnight Journey, but that's the tool that is used a lot. But right now, my experience with the Gemini is it's making really great pictures. In our case, yes, we are using it, but marketing is actually for us the field where we are using the AI the least right now. Maybe it might change in the future, but right now we are not using it that much. Like, there is the option to create the pictures, to create the blog posts or social media posts, but for us, we don't feel confident about it, because we feel it's missing the touch that we are usually adding to our let's say texts or posts. So we are using it for visuals when we need a lot of visuals for different kind of things. But we prefer visuals that are not like photo, because you can still see the difference and feel that those photos don't look that natural. So usually it's more graphic visuals. Transcription and captions. This is something that totally is helping a lot. I remember just maybe 3 years ago, we were writing transcriptions for the videos that we were posting and adding manually the captions. This right now is done basically in few minutes with just little editing, and it's perfect. I think, like as with the transcriptions of the calls of the meetings, this is one of the things that is the best for us right now. And we are often using it for ideas. In the ideas is exactly like we need a lot of posts to stay active in the social media or basically on our website. So there we are creating ideas like what kind of topics we could use. We are not using Gemini for this in the case like we are this and what we should write. We are using more that we add our documents to Notebook LM, and from the documents, it's, for example, it's connected to the project. From the documents, we are trying to see like, okay, what kind of posts we could actually publish based on the documents that you received. So that's for the marketing. We are education NGOs, so most of our job is to doing workshops at schools for the adult women, for the teachers, and we are using AI for that, but maybe different way. But first question for you: have you ever used AI to do the part of your job that is its actual essence? So I would say, like, if there is any graphic designer, have you actually used AI for creating the graphics? If you are, let's say, a translator, I don't think there are translators or entrepreneurs. Have you used for that? If you're a project manager, have you asked AI to think about how the project should be done when you are thinking about the future things, future steps? And most of you say yes. So in our case, it's similar, but in the way that we are not using it to actually create the course itself, but to add it, to use it for those tasks that are repetitive. I believe that it's, you might have such a cases that if you are a project manager, you are an owner, there are those repetitive tasks. It can be those guidelines, for example, that I said, or it can be that you have to create a timeline for the project in the Gantt chart or whatever. And those things are kind of annoying, I would say, in some way, because it's not something you are using that much knowledge for you. You use it in the way that you are thinking about it, but not creating it. So also when we are doing courses, like, there has to be the idea, there has to be, we know what to do, what we are going to be talking about, what are the topics, our trainers, they know, but we use it to actually make the summaries of the courses, to create some documents for the courses that are necessary for different reasons. We use it a lot for creating quizzes, or creating any part of the course that is supposed to be more interactive, to bring ideas, so it's not going to be just some kind of lecture. And those repetitive tasks, there are many things that, if you think about your job, those are repetitive tasks, and we are always thinking like, okay, how we can change it, how we can actually make it work, so we don't spend so much time on those repetitive tasks that can be learned. So that's courses. And all what I talk about right now, we use these 4 tools, sometimes different tools, but these are the 4 tools that we are using. Gemini, which we have as a part of Google Workspace for NGOs. Notebook LM, which is also part of Google Drive, Google Workspace. You can use it even when you don't have a business profile, so it can be used. And Canva AI, some of you mentioned that you are using it. Again, that's Canva for NGOs is for free, and we got AI in that included. So it's really great help, mostly for creating fast presentations or anything that is connected to the visuals. And I think and for the videos, like to create videos in Canva, it's really, really easy right now, and it makes really our life easier. And the fireflies.aa that I mentioned for the transcriptions and summaries of the calls, of the meetings. So we have these 4 tools. Some of my colleagues, they are using ChatGPT. I already asked them, like, please use Gemini, because those conditions in which we are using Gemini as a part of Google Workspace, it's different than when you are using ChatGPT as a basically free tool. We have never, for example, paid ChatGPT because we were still kind of waiting if it's gonna be worth to pay. I think it's right now 20 euros per month. We tried another tools, and then we decided, okay, Gemini is actually right now great for us. And maybe you have the experience. Basically, each month, some tool has better things than the other one. So as we are trying to save money in this, I would say we go with that we have already included. But that can actually change in 1 month, in 1 year, that we will be using something else. For example, right now we are using Fireflies as a paid tool, but it can happen that within 1 year, Google is going to bring some transcription tool included in Google Workspace, and we might use that one. So I think that this is the field that what we are talking about right now in 1 year is going to be totally different. Now, again, question for you. So write maybe one word or phrase what you think is positive about using AI at work, in your teams, in your processes, whatever you have in your mind. So we have efficiency, yeah, definitely. Great technical support, time saving, enable work, and efficiency. I think more of you added as it's bigger. Brainstorming, yes, that's the ideas. Team efficiency, generating ideas. And we have still a few more people writing. Personal assistant. Okay, great. Somebody is using a personal assistant. That's really great. Okay, so when I was thinking about this, I wrote also 3 things. That's what I think the AI brought to our team. Is the consistency. Inconsistency in the meaning that the AI is actually forcing us to think about those things much deeper. Forcing or allowing us also that if we don't have to waste the time on, for example, shortening the text from the 1800 characters to 1500 characters, you actually have the energy, and I really mean the mental energy, not really the time, but the mental energy to think about it. Okay, how can I write it what I need, so it's as good as possible, and then I just let the work to do it, shorten it. And that's also in the all other different things that when we know that when we are writing the grant application or something, we know that other organizations are gonna using the AI. Okay, what is the essence of our work that is gonna stand up in the application. Also, we have less idle time. Maybe you know that you wrote text and you needed somebody to translate it. Even we have Google Translator for years, but still, if you had to have it read proof by somebody, it was like you sent the text, you were waiting for the person to go through the text, to translate it, or just proofread it. And this is something that we don't need to do right now that much if it's really not something that has to, it's not official document that has to be translated by the official translator, that we just basically use the AI for that. And in that case, when I have the text ready, it's basically within few minutes, and then I just can continue with my work, and I don't have to wait for the other person and then continue with the application or with the document or with the project. And also, I believe that the AI brought to our team more confidence in some, I would say, strange way, that I have in our team, we have colleagues that are not that confident when talking to the other people or when managing a project, and they were always basically going or to me or to other colleague, and they were always asking, "Is this okay? Is this done?" And right now, we basically support them. Use the AI for what you need. Sometimes even for creating an answer to somebody who is not really nice. It sometimes happens that we have participants of the courses who are being, I would say, more aggressive in some way of writing the emails or calling. It sometimes happens, and they were often asking me what I'm supposed to do. And it's not that I tell them like go to AI and ask the AI what to do, but it's like it can help you basically write the answer, and then you just adjust the answer so you stay to the fact, you stay assertive, you will be assertive, and it will give you the confidence for the next time you will know how to answer. So in this way, it gave more confidence for not just these conversations, but also when writing the application, because always it was more about brainstorming with everybody. And right now I tell them like, first brainstorm with yourself or with the AI, and then come with me what you think is the best, and then we can go through it. So it gave more confidence to the team. But we all know that AI doesn't have just the positive things. So what do you think is the negative about using AI at work? Again, some word or phrase. Oh, okay, we have somebody writing. Hallucinations, yeah. So I believe we all know that we have to actually check everything what AI will, especially the text-based tools as ChatGPT, Gemini, that we always, if you want to use it as a fact, you have to actually check it. So this is somebody else's writing, so we'll have some other things. Laziness, lack of sources, hoaxes, bias. Yeah, great. Not authentic. That's actually what we mentioned. So lack of sources, exactly. We know this is the actually problem with the AI. What kind of sources is getting the information from? The bias are really, really big in this. We created basically the bias. The documents, they are biased, and now the AI is using it. So yeah, we have to always be aware of those things, especially the biases. And when I was thinking about this, for us, it's what you basically wrote is the patternedness. It's I see the patterns if of some of my colleagues when they are using the AI too much. I basically see like you wrote this, but you didn't think about it. It was like you asked the AI to write something for you, but you didn't think about it. So this is, I think somebody wrote the laziness in some way, like, okay, I have to write this, so I just let it go. So the idea is not to use it as to do the work instead of me, the creative work, but to help me with the creative work. And this sometimes happens that we don't do it, we just use it to do the creation for us. Mental shortcuts, I think that's something connected to the biases that whatever I see that the AI wrote us, I will use it as a fact, and I will not think about it. So this is a problem also in our team. So we are always trying to talk about it, like, okay, which part did you use the AI for and which not? And I totally remember the moment when my colleague, who is a grant specialist, wrote me like, he told me like, for you, I totally forbid you to use AI when you are thinking about these next projects. And I was like, why? And he was like, there are no of your ideas that you had before. I can see that you were basically lazy, let's say, and you wrote me because you thought you will make my life easier if you use the AI, but you made my life more difficult because this what you wrote is not what it was in your idea in your head, and I'm used to your ideas. This is something different. So from that time, I'm not using AI when we are thinking about the projects. I'm using it for those tasks for later. But he really opened my eyes when he told me that this is not you. This is not your ideas. I know how you are thinking, and this is not your idea. So I made that mental shortcut of like, okay, I will do what they tell me, what the AI will generate for me, and I try to not do that anymore. And for us, it's always the uncertainty about the data protection. That's why I try to encourage my colleagues, don't use ChatGPT, because those conditions of use are very different from Gemini. But let's be honest, we cannot be we cannot be really sure about the Gemini anyway. So this is something when we are always trying to see, okay, when to use the AI tools, when not to use, especially in the meetings, transcriptions. Right now, it's guaranteed is stayed within our team, that is not used for any other learning than for our own purposes. But sometimes you receive the emails, the terms and conditions have changed. It's just information email, and honestly, who goes through those? Even I actually use the AI for that, like compare me the terms and conditions before and now, and sometimes I see what are the differences. But anyway, like this is the negativity of the technology world, that if you need the tool and you want to use it, you don't have any other option than to agree with the terms and conditions. So that was about how we use AI in our team and processes. I have a little bit more things for you, but I would like to ask if you have any questions right now, and maybe share your insight, share your experience. And I think I will be really happy if you will raise your hand or just start talking when you turn on your microphone. Was there anything new for you, maybe? You are a tough audience, I have to say that. Was there anything that you would like to try to use in the future from what I was talking that you haven't used before? Okay, so we don't have any answers right now. So what I have prepared for you is a quiz. And even I was talking that we are usually preparing quizzes through the AI. This is just 3 questions. I did it by myself because I love doing quizzes actually. So just 3 questions, and it's connected not to the AI, but it's connected to the women in IT, because IT, our organization is about women in IT. So it's going to be 3 questions. If you know how the quizzes through Slido work, there is going to be 1 correct answer. So that person that is going to answer most questions correctly is going to win. And there is also time. As fast as you answer, the time is also important. So if there are 2 or 3 more people who have the right amount of correct answers, the one that answers the fastest is gonna win. And we haven't talked about this, Maria, but maybe we can send the winner something from IT, some little presents. So if you have the address of that person, we can send some. We have nice socks, IT, and some other things. So maybe I can send that from our office.
Very good idea. Thank you very much for this suggestion. Yeah, accept the challenge accepted.
Okay, so we have 10 people joining, but I see more than 20 people joining the call. So maybe we will wait a little time, because once I start the quiz, it's gonna be about time, and if you are late, then you are losing the chance. But nobody else is joining right now. Okay, so let's go. What is the name of the Austrian-born American inventor who was also a famous actress? Her discovery of FHSS, or frequency hopping wideband spectrum, later led to invention of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technologies. And you have 4 options: Ava Gardner, Hedy Lamarr, and I don't see it on this slide, the other 2 options. And we have here Lana Turner and Vivian Lake. So the correct answer was Hedy Lamarr. She was a famous actress, so there was nobody who answered correctly. Let's go. Hedy. Somebody corrected me. Yes, thank you. She was with one D, not with two D. Let's go to the second question. What is the name of the mathematician who is the author of the first ever computer algorithm and is considered the first programmer? The options are Ada Lovelace, Dorothy Vaughan, Maria Gatena Agnesi, and Tatiana Afanasieva. Here, I think more of you know that Ada Lovelace is actually, I think, no better and better known name. So we have half of you with the correct answer. So somebody's going to win this quiz, definitely. And last question. Ružena Bajci is a mathematician born in Czechoslovakia who later emigrated to the USA. At which university does she currently work as a professor? She's known for robotics and automation. California Institute of Technology, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Stanford University, and University of Berkeley. So most of you guessed MIT, as that's very popular or very well-known technology university, but it's actually University of Berkeley. So we had somebody, and let's see who is the winner. Antonina. So congratulations, one correct answer and with the 25 seconds. So Maria, I hope you have her name and surname, and she will be able to get you the address. So I can say we can send her some present once she will answer you. Antonina, please send it to Maria. If you don't have the contact, I guess it will be shared after. So thank you very much. That was like really a short quiz. We usually do much longer, but for this, it was just for you to know that there are women in the IT. It's not something rare, and there were always been. So yes, Maria wrote in the chat the email where you can, Antonina, write your shipping address. So yeah, even wherever you are in Europe, we will send you a little package. So thank you very much. That was the last thing from my presentation. I wonder if you still don't have any questions that I could answer, or you would like to have the questions maybe later after we stop the recording. Maybe we can try that, Maria. Okay, Nicole has a question. Please unmute. Great.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Nicole.
Thank you for your very insightful inputs. But I have a question concerning your NGO per se. I was wondering if you do any impact measurement about the effectiveness of your Bildungsmaßnahmen. I don't know.
Of our work, of
about
our
the
courses
courses we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and the effectiveness, and if the women, children, and young women are attending, that it has a long-term impact on them.
Thank you. Great question. And if I connect it to the AI, we are not using AI for this part at all, because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't bring any new ideas, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We could use it for data analytics, but that's basically just we have people who are doing the data analytics, and it's up to them how they are using it. But usually they are using the tools that they are using, and sometimes there is some AI incorporated, but we are not using it in the way that we add the data that we have, and we ask the AI some Gemini or anything like, okay, give us the answers. So that's like for the AI. But for the answer, yes, we are doing the impact measurement, and it's very, very, very difficult for two reasons. When we are working with the young, with the children from the age to 8, we are mostly focused on feedback. How did you like this workshop and such things? It's very difficult to follow the long time impact measurement for two reasons. We are not able to follow them throughout the life for two reasons, because we are existing 13 years, and with the impact measurement, we have started maybe 2-3 years ago. So we have some data collection, but it's gonna take much longer time. so that's one reason. So it's a short time that we are doing it. And second is the parents are not really eager to cooperate with us in the way that we are collecting the data for the longer time. Because they use, for example, their information, their email to apply for the workshops, for the courses, and we go directly to the school. So we have to have the agreement of the parents for this. But when we write them later, they don't answer basically the parents. So this is the biggest challenge, how to get the information from them. Then we are working with high school girls, and this is really, really, really terrible target group. I have to say, they are not answering the emails. They are ghosting us, like those high school girls. They are ghosting us so much. Like we have 2-year program for the girls, and at certain moment they just stop communicating with us. But for those that we actually have in the program and they communicate with us, we have great results. That how they are progressing. So for the small group, yes. What is a challenge for us is that when you want to do really good impact measurement, you need to have control group that we have the girls who are working with us, so they have the workshops, they have the activity. Now I forgot how it's actually called. I will remember later. And in the ideal case, you have a control group that is not taking part in your activities. So later you can compare the results if actually your work did the change, did the difference. Because it can actually happen that in the control group the results are going to be the same, like good results, but then it means that it wasn't your work that they did that made the difference. So so this is for the high school girls. The best impact measurement we have with the adult women, and that's basically because they're answering the emails, they are filling out the questionnaires. So we have the forms. We are in the input forms where we are asking them a lot of questions, like what is your status, how are you satisfied with your life, how are you satisfied with your work, and a lot of questions. And then after they finish the course, we give them the same questionnaire after 1 year approximately, and we ask them basically the same questions, and we want to see the results. Yes, we don't have a control group in that case, but those results are actually real in the way that we know how much their life changed. Mostly like they changed their work, are they earning much more money, did they progress in their career, the satisfaction of the life. And yes, it's more subjective, so we are asking them how much of this do you contribute to IT, how much did we help you, which part of this process did we help you. So we have those information. In ideal world we have also the control group, but that will be totally very expensive for us to have a control group, because that group of adult women is huge. It's hundreds of women per year, and to have a control group of the same amount will be very difficult. If we have high school girls of 20, then to have a control group of 20 is not that difficult. We are doing that. It's just that much more of them stops answering after a certain time. And those are like the practical things that sometimes they sign up with a school email. After they finish the high school, they don't have the school email. So we are always trying to see if we have their private emails. So it's like a lot of things, and it's actually a huge topic in the NGO sector, not just in Slovakia, I think around the world, how to do the impact measurement. And always you find out that the theory is so nice, but in the practice it's so difficult to do it. It's so difficult to do it. Yeah.
This is what I was asking.
Yeah. So we just keep trying. We just always, we do something, we learned we did something good, and we learned we did something wrong. Usually it's like one good thing, two bad things. So it's like slow by slow by slow. For example, we started this impact measurement, and then we realized that it's not going to work, basically because we are asking them if their attitudes has changed, but the attitude is much more long time thing, so we switched about more about in the short workshops, in the one-time workshops. So in the workshops, we are more focused on measuring the emotions, like how the emotions toward IT, toward technology has changed before workshop, after workshop. So yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, AI is not going to help with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything has to be done in the field, basically. I mean, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to collect the data. Somebody has to convince the participants to join. So this is one of the things that everybody needs, but AI is not going to really help with that.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer. It was really insightful and helpful. Thank you.
And thank you for the question. I will be happy to answer any other question. Okay, Maria, I think we can stop recording.